Right then, hello, and welcome to Kell Legends number 4. You'll notice something's different here. There's a few things different actually, but I'll start with the one you can see. And it's that this isn't the same swim as before. I've moved right up to the other end of the bank. Leo's still down in his spot round the corner. Well, it's way down there. And I've moved all the way up here because, well, firstly, what I don't want to do on this lake is what I've made the mistake of doing before, new Specie campaign being one, is find a swim that works okay, and sticking to it, and stagnating, and just the carp will get used to it. And I've seen, you know, the swim at the far end, I had 3 in 24, then 3 in 48, and then 1 in 48. And they are sussing me, slowly but surely sussing me. So what I told you at the end of the last episode was that I'd had a run that you guys hadn't seen, I hadn't told you about, and I'll tell you about it in the next episode. Well, what it was is I came up here to this bit because I stood in that tree there, and I looked down into the water, and there were carp patrolling and swirling up the bottom. I mean, really, silk clouds coming up all over the place, properly going mad over the bottom. And yeah, it became clear to me after watching that spot a few times that the fish feed down here early mornings. And I've started to suss the pattern of the lake, I think, a little. But I'm fairly certain the fish do really get their heads down in this bit. Maybe night times, maybe definitely early mornings. And it's happened every time I've come down. So I've changed swims. I managed to also acquire a handy seating log, which is nice. And I must say, if you are a tackle tart of a nervous disposition, I'd look away now, because the left-hand rod is on a bank stick from my pod and a child's bank stick, and it's out to about there, out off the edge of that bush, over the marginal shelf on a critically balanced corn rig with some corn. And the other rod is an issue, as you'll see, in transit. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on the camera, but that happened, and you see that that's not right. So that's been annoying me. I'm in a bit of a foul mood about that. That's on 2 normal bank sticks, and it's to where I had the run. Now I came down here and I stuck just that one rod out on this same rig it's on, about 2 rod lengths out, and a critically balanced corn, and threw a few bits of corn out. And after about 10 minutes, it was right at the end of the session, it just absolutely peeled away, and by the time I got to the rod, it slowed down. When I picked it up, it was off. So I know I've been using that rig for a little while, and it's back out, but what I'm going to do is, when Leo gets back, that's another thing I need to tell you. It's been mad at the start of this session. I'm going to use the hook sharpening tools on both rigs and get them nice and sharp. There's a mosquito by my ear, which is really annoying. There it is, go away. I'll put the mozzie door down in a minute. What was the other thing? Okay, right, Leo is gone because we left, as we've done before, we left the boilies at home, so he's driven all the way back. I'm not actually using boilies, I'm on corn and maggot. I haven't actually put any maggots out, but I'm going to do some PVA bag and maggot later, because I know that there's a load of bloodworm in this lake, and it's the closest I could get on short notice. So I've got a load of red maggots. Mosquitoes. Load of red maggot. And some corn. So I'm going naturals. Well, corn isn't especially natural, but no boilies. And, you know, hopefully we'll have the carp grubbing on the bottom in the silt on the maggots, and they'll pick up the corn rigs. That's the plan anyway. I could use a maggot clip if I wanted, but I've never been a particular fan of them. I can resort to it if I need to, if I know there's fish feeding and I'm not getting bites, I can switch rigs around. But yeah, that's the starting point. The other thing that's changed is that it's Tuesday. We normally start these sessions on a Monday, but we couldn't. So it's now sort of coming up to evening time on Tuesday. We only got down not very long ago because I had a university application meeting with go out my old school, or my old head of 6th, like an hour or so ago. You know, it's been, the transit was, you know, all kinds of reasons, but I can't be bothered to go into that. We're fishing, they're too boring now. So yeah, we're down here Tuesday evening, and we've got 3 nights till Friday. I can move if I need to, obviously, but I'm going to move, and I want to stick to my guns here. I've got my nice seating log, I've got plenty of food. The ducks are up, up there splashing about. That's a nice swim, that little point there. But it's nicer when the water's up, because all that in there is full of water. I mean, another thing you'll see around here is that you'll be able to see even more how far the water is down. But under those trees tends to be fairly good, and I can cast a rod to there from here, because there's no one fishing far bank. So yeah, I've got plenty of options, plenty of time, plenty of bait, plenty of confidence. It's just what the carp are up to now. It's their move next. I think I'm going to get some food on. I'm absolutely famished. Right then, sweet. Right there, very quickly, here's the rig. The normal setup with the lead and the leg clip and everything. I thought I'd show you the bottom. It's a Fox Armour SSBP. I've just sharpened it with a little bit of string tube. I've got a little bit of shot between the hook and the corn, so that the hook lies flat and the corn sits up. And onto that, I'm going to attach this horrible squirming PVA bag of maggots. There we are. Let's just get that on there and get it out before they all escape. There we are. Right then, rods and rigs are out. Must be... I'll check on my phone actually. Well, it's 9:22, but I don't know why I do that, because I can just add it afterwards. But for my reference, it's 9:22. And yeah, I'm well fed. I've had a sausage sandwich and I was still hungry, so I had a bacon sandwich. It's forecast to actually start raining tonight about 2 o'clock. But I don't like having the door down. I feel it sort of restricts me slightly. It's more like camping. So what I've done is, I don't know if you'll see this on the camera, I've actually sort of peeled back the edge of the what's it called, ground sheet, so that hopefully the rain won't come in, because I've got the pram hood, and so hopefully I can have the door open and the rain won't come in too much. If it does, I will have to do the door down, but I did that now because I didn't want to have to wake up with it hammering in the bivvy and everything being wet, so we'll have to see. So I'm going to settle down. I've got to write my personal statement, which is all good fun, I guess. We'll hope for a fish in the night. I haven't really done things too spectacularly this evening. I mean, I haven't really paid too much attention to the spots or where I'm fishing, but hopefully I'll do that all tomorrow, and I can hear the camera doing its annoying clicking thing, which is really annoying me. But find out a way of stopping that. Right then, because it's doing that, because I'm tired, I think I will say good night, and I'll see you in the morning or in the night with a fish. Geese going all funny. Morning. Time must be around 7:30. Been up for about an hour. It's been about an hour since first light. No runs last night. I had a few
pickups, well, probably not pickups, probably just liners on the right hand rod, including one this morning, about 650. But nothing of solid interest. I don't know what to put that down to. I don't know if the fish were feeding, I don't know if I'm happy with the rigs. It's too early to be thinking about all that yet. But all I know for sure is that I didn't have anything last night. So yeah, I'm going to get the kettle on, make a cup of coffee and some breakfast. Still raining a little bit. Might be able to pick it out on the surface of the water. The camera's all steamy this time of morning, but I mean it's picking up slightly now actually. But I mean last night it was proper heavy. The idea of pulling the older porch thing back worked, so there's no water in the bivvy. And I slept with the door fully open the whole night. So I think once I've had my breakfast, maybe the sun comes out a little bit, burn some of this mist off, or stops raining, I'm going to stand up that tree and look down into the water and see if there are fish about. Interestingly, last night, before I went to bed, I was wandering up the far end of the lake, where I usually fish, what I have done so far, and there were fish all over the place, topping and crashing and right in the margin as well. I've never seen them crash before. And that's not, that's not random. That's 100% that, I'm not there and my rods aren't in the water, and they know that no one's up there now. So that's where they are. They are clever, yeah. But I'm cleverer. Right then, getting all steamed up again. So, let's get the kettle on.
Performing at the Radio 1 Teen Awards 2013 at Wembley Arena. Big Rog, the trucker's been on, saying, why only 14 to 17-year-olds?
Right then, hello. It's much later in the day now. Sorry, I sort of forgot about you guys. What's happened is, well, nothing. We went off to the shops earlier, got some food. I've tied up 2 new rigs, one for each of the rods. Both on corn, but I think the left-hand rod will go on boilie tonight. Yeah, I've seen the fish. They're all up the other end of the lake where I was fishing before. Sitting on the top. I tried stalking them for a bit. It's like not possible, virtually impossible once they know you're there. I mean, I've got a lovely slow sinking bait, which is foam and plastic cord, in a way that it just sinks ever so slowly. And you put it on their nose, sort of fly casting, this free line thing, and they won't spook. They'll just watch it, drift past their noses, and they won't have it. So I've actually moved the left-hand rod. It was sort of out there, and now I've moved it to under that tree there. So I found a nice little clear spot just to the left, sort of around there, and that's going to be on boilie tonight. Just because I gave that left-hand spot 24 hours. I know that right-hand rod can produce, and I've seen a few fish about near it, but mostly they've just been avoiding this end of the lake now that they know I'm here. Which, that's the way it goes. But left-hand rod boilie, right-hand rod PVA bagger, dead maggot and corn, a little corn rig. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. But there hasn't been a fish out of this lake for the last, must be a fair few days now. And there's been people fishing it. It's just gone a bit quiet this week, as I predicted it would, with myself and Leo and another regular catching some fish earlier in the autumn. I think nowadays, in these next couple of weeks, it is going to go a bit quieter. But yeah, let's hope that we can maybe trip up a fish or two.
I think so. What's he up to?
Please drink responsibly.
Right then, don't know what time it is, but it's got to be coming up to 7 o'clock. Both rods have had a recast. Left hand rod's on the boilie rod out to battery there, and the right hand rod is just out off the marginal shelf on the corn rig. Left hand rod's boilies, and the right hand rod's corn rig with corn out around it, and a load of dead maggots that I'd soaked in the liquid bait salami. It was quite funny actually last night. They weren't supposed to be dead maggots by now, but last night I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning because of the rain, and there were maggots everywhere, so I swiftly boiled a kettle and killed them there and then, so there was no more escaping. So yeah, they've gone out there, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up a fish overnight. That's the plan anyway. A couple of anglers have turned up far banks that have can't even really spot them. One's in that swim and one is just behind that thing there. And my hope is that they're going to push the fish over down this end. It's the hope anyway. Duck's still going mad. I spoke to the bailiff. It's because while I wiped the screen, some guy came down the other week. Well, it wasn't the other week. I think it was fairly recent, and he piled in a load of particle there, and it hasn't been eaten by the carp, and the ducks are now getting on it and going to town. They've been there all day going backwards and forwards, having little breaks and then going to eat some more. So I'm going to get some supper on. And so is Leo. He's been watching some Dragon's Den. Very exciting. And we'll have to hope and pray that something trips up overnight. Still got one more night after this though, so we'll see. Let's hope we can pick up a fish. Hasn't been fishing well, as I told you earlier. No fish out this week actually. Anyway, let's talk more fish. Right, so here we are, supper's on. That's the kettle, warming up for my coffee. The rice is just finishing off there. That's pretty much all soaked up, all that water. And then with the rice, we're going to get some of this, which is a chilli that I made earlier in the week.
Looks like poo.
It does, but I bet it doesn't taste like it. Well, I've tasted it, it's nice. And I froze that, and I've got enough for at least 2 helpings. And that'll be nice. Get a warm supper. As I say, it's always important when fishing, especially as it's coming to the colder months, to keep yourself warm on the bank by making yourself hot meals, hot drinks.
keeps your energy high, keeps you fishing rather than surviving. Although it's pretty warm, isn't it? What temperature do you reckon?
Well, it's been about 12 degrees tonight.
Yeah. I mean, last night was too warm, I'd say. So nice. Right, let's let that kettle boil, have some supper. That'd be nice. I really am hopeful of a carp. Don't know where they've gone. They've gone home, have they? I don't know. They're clever. But I'm cleverer.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm cleverer. I'm certain of it. Right then. It's night time. Not quite sure what really time, but I'm sure I'll have told you a second ago. So you'll know, but I don't. Can't be that late. I'm actually going to go to bed, if I'm honest. Because I'm really tired from last night. I didn't sleep very well because of the rain, because of the liners. Still no fish. Getting a bit worried. There's obviously something up. Been here coming up to 30 hours now, and I know I'm fishing with rigs that I've caught fish on. Really confident in baits that I've caught fish on here before. Really confident in, and spots that I know work. And so one of those three things, you know, I had confidence in all three, and one of them's letting me down. I don't know which one it is yet. Some dogs barking in the background. Oh hello, daddy long legs. I hate them. That is off me. I really hate daddy long legs, because they fly in your face when you've got a head torch on. So the light's gone off now. Yes, as I said, I'm going to get in bed. Anyway, yes, I'll see you in the morning or in the night with the fish. Let's keep confident, shall we? And in the morning we're going to have a thorough going over of what's going wrong. Right then, morning. Again, nothing in the night. Starting to get a bit worried here. Had a few knocks on the right hand rod about 5 o'clock in the morning. Had about 3 single bleeps in a half an hour period. I think the fish were feeding there. I think I heard a fish crash there as well, but it was dark, so I wasn't entirely sure where it crashed, but it sounded like it was over the spot. So yeah, I'm getting a bit worried now. Leo had a fish last night, which was nice. It was off, quite funnily, it was pretty much off exactly where I've been fishing before, like down by my feet. In the previous 3 episodes, that swim, just on the left hand margin. And it's a mad cast from his swim. And when the bailiff came round, as he walked away, he showed Leo there was a load of silk coming up in the spot. And so Leo put the rig on and everything, and handed me his rod and almost said, I bet he can't. And by some mixture of skill and luck, I managed to get it on the spot first time, and yeah, he tightened up to it, and he was using, I don't know, some of his bloodworm boilies, I think.
And yeah, it raced off about 10, 11 o'clock last night. And it was nice. Actually, I'll save the wait for you to go and watch Leo's vlog. Anyway, yeah, so that was a nice fish to see, and nice to actually see there are carp in here. It's just starting to get a bit worried. Hold on, lens is getting all misted up. Doesn't actually feel that misty this morning compared to what it can feel like. It's made it worse. Give me a second. Maybe it's the glare from the sun, I don't know. Anyway, let's put it over there. Yeah, so gonna get some breakfast on. I'm gonna have a think, gonna have a look at the rigs. Might go into the shops there and pick up some chickpea, because I haven't tried that yet on this session, and that's worked well before for me. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't. It's Kell for you though. If I can have one fish over the next, however long we've got left, 24 hours, I'll be very happy. Right then, let's get some breakfast on and find out why this camera's doing this. Breakfast time. I think breakfast is the best part of fishing. Nice fishing breakfast.
No, I prefer catching fish.
Oh, breakfast for me. Breakfast.
You haven't caught fish.
I've had a cold night. Well, not that cold.
That's more.
Yeah. You wake up feeling a bit drained of energy, a bit tired, and then hello. You put the old sausages on with a bagel, and you think to yourself, life's good again. That's amazing. Right, Leo's just gone off to the shops. Right hand rod has the corn rig that I've been putting a lot of bait over. I moved it slightly further out under a tree, so I saw a bit of silk coming up about an hour ago. Peeled away. My shoes are waterlogged, so I had to wade out to get it because Leo wasn't here. This is a proper fish. 22 pounds and 11 ounces of pristine, and I mean pristine, common. That's a fish, isn't it? 22.11. Cracking fish. I'm so happy. I'm gonna get it in the net in the margins for a bit, wait for Leo to get back. Get some stills of it, but wow. I'll show you the rig in a bit, but that was the corn rig, critically balanced. The fight was immense, I tell you. Proper fat belly on this one. 22.11. Sweet. Kell can do funny things to you. That's 48 hours without a touch on one run, and I was the happiest lad in Kent. What a stunner. Right then. Let's get it in the net, wait for Leo to get back, get a few pics, and we'll get him back. That is a proper stunning carp though. Right then. It's a fish. It's glad to see the back of me.
I loves you, mate.
I can still see it.
Yeah, so can I.
I'll chase it.
Catch it again.
Does it count more with your hands? No. Right then, so what you just see me doing behind me here is putting out chickpeas and corn over the right hand rod. That's the rod that had the fish, and where I was putting it out, that's where it came off. Basically the lake, sort of, if you look at it this way, sort of a marginal shelf, drop off, normal, and then a marginal shelf on the other side. And I've been putting it just off my marginal shelf. But I had a few liners, but no runs, and now I'd seen a load of silk coming up off the other margin, just where the drop off is. So I knocked the rod past it, sort of on the shelf, and dragged it back. And I'm fishing with the critically balanced corn, so it doesn't bump along the bottom, it sort of stays on the top until you stop, and then it sinks down. So I dragged it back until I felt it came off the drop off, and then about a foot more, so I knew that the rig was sitting about 6 inches off the drop off. Can't have been in there more than 45 minutes, and it peeled away. One sonar. By the time I got to the rod, it had stopped, and I hit it, and the fish was on. So yeah, I'm pretty happy, to be honest with you. I really did think I was going to blank this session, but it just shows keep moving about, don't stagnate, don't let the carp suss you, and yeah. If you see things like, you know, silk clouds coming up, bubbling, fish showing. I mean, the left-hand rod, I've fished it in so many places. I'll grab the camera now. So turn around so I can see what I'm filming. The left-hand rod started off that bush there, off the marginal shelf. Then it went out to that tree there for the night, didn't have anything. And now it's over by those reeds there, just off the shelf. Oh, no, focus, there we are. And I've catapulted out, I think, 8 boilies around that, so, and very, very loosely spread. So it's just sort of almost a single bait with a couple of other single baits around it, but you know, within a sort of 6-8 foot square. So really, really loosely baited there. That's where I've seen a lot of fish topping. So that's the hope anyway. So now I've got 2 rods out. Rain is forecast to come in the next sort of couple of hours, which I'm not too bothered about because I've got everything set up, everything sorted, and I've had a fish now, so I'm absolutely delighted. So yeah, I mean, I said when I was holding the fish, you know, I've been pretty despondent this last 48 hours. I've been really racking my brains, I've been losing my mind. Crisis of confidence about baits, about rigs, about spots, about whether I was in the right place. And with one bite, that's all changed, I'm happy again. I mean, these fish are super clever, super wary. And to not catch anything on, you know, 72-hour session is very much heard of. I mean, that's, I'd say a lot, more than half the people who do a session on this lake don't catch. Then again, there are people who do well off this lake, and you know, have really consistent catching. But yeah, because before I had that fish, because in the last session, which was a 48, I had that fish I stalked. You know, in the margin at the beginning, good bit of angling, if I may say so myself. But after that, I did not have a touch, and I kept chopping and changing, and doing things and trying different spots and really working hard. I didn't have a bite for the 2 nights, and then it was 2 nights into this, and so I had 4 nights without a run off the bottom. Effectively 2 48-hour sessions, and yeah, I just kept working, kept plugging away. And yeah, it's paid off in the end. So
it's got to be lunchtime soon. I'm pretty hungry, even after that big old sausage bagel this morning. I live on sausage bagels on this Kell session. When I think back on it in 10 years' time, I'll think stunning, you know, old, well-built 20s, and I'll think sausage bagels. Sausage bagels and lots of coffee. Anyway, I'm gonna get some lunch on, have another think about the lake, because, you know, no rest. Don't rest on your laurels and try and get another. But I'm hoping maybe one more between the two of us in the session would be a real result, given the way it's been fishing of late. I mean, that was the first fish out in the last 5 or 6 days from here, and this is a lake that, you know, this time of year, there's never no one on it. So, yeah, it's really, really pleasing. Anyway, yeah, wind's picking up, rain will soon be in, so I'm gonna get everything sorted out and have some lunch, and go and sit over there in the communal seating area with the German. And hopefully my socks will dry before any more rain comes down. So the rain's still going. Got about just under 24 hours left. That's good news though. Those puddles. And every time it's rained prior to this on here, the ground's just drunk the water up almost as it's come down. And we're finally starting to get a bit of saturation in the ground, and that's good news because that means that water will start running off into the lake rather than being absorbed. So hopefully the water level's going to go up and up, and suddenly margin spots will start to be fishable again, which will be nice. It'll give me a lot more options. It's been tough. So yeah, innuendo bingo is on the radio in about 10 minutes. So Leo's coming over with his receiver, and I'm going to put some lunch on. I still haven't had lunch because last time I spoke to you, it was a lot earlier than I thought it was. It's only 1:45 at the moment, and it feels like very much later in the day. Anyway, I'm still confident of another fish, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised if one of those rods went off. I'd also be very much not surprised if they didn't for the rest of the session, but I'm happy that I've done all I can. And to be honest with you, that one fish has made this session a total success, so I'm as happy as can be. To be honest with you, now I've got the bivvy set up and everything inside, it can rain until we leave for all I care. Well, maybe it stopped just for an hour so I can pack everything down, that'd be nice, but all rain is good rain at the moment because I really want the lake filling up again. I think Middle and House, the two lakes up from this, I mean this is the, hard to describe, okay, so basically here's House Lake, then Middle Lake is in the next field sort of like that, and Kell Lake's at the bottom like that. So they all flow into the next one, and because Kell's at the bottom, it doesn't get any water from the other two till the other three, till the other two are fill up, and now both of those are just overflowing. So all this rain, hopefully, will get Kell's worth and Middle and House's worth flowing down into here. That's the theory anyway. So hopefully by next week it'll have filled up a fair bit. Could take until spring though, to be honest. So we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I am actually really, really hungry now. I've been snacking on a tin of rice pudding for a while. But I think it's time for some, I don't know, Uncle Ben's rice. It'd be quite nice. Anyway, let's hope. So the only fish action I've seen during the rain is a couple of flat spots out, sort of over in that bay there. And that's actually where I've got one of the rods, on the single boilie rod is out there. I was thinking earlier actually, what's quite funny is I've had 8 fish now, 8 fish off Kell in 8 nights, which firstly I'm really, really pleased with. I never thought I'd be going as prolific as that when I started down here. And secondly, I've had 4 of them have been doubles, and 4 have been over 20 pounds, including that 35. So, and the 4 doubles have come on my boilie rigs, and all of the 4 20s or the 30 have come on artificials. So I may have hit on something quite good down there with those ones. And Leo's had 4 fish, all 4 doubles and all 4 on boilies. So far, you know, 16, no not 16, 8 had 4, 12. I got an A in Maths A level, come on, should be better than that. 12 fish out between us, 8 doubles, 8 under 20 pounds, all on boilies, and the only 4 big ones have come out on the artificial, so I'm pretty confident about that now. I'm feeling like I may have hit on something. But then again, on new spec, during the start, I put out 5-foot zigs and I had about 3 fish in 24 hours when everyone else was blanking. I thought I'd hit on something. I didn't catch on them again for the rest of the new spec campaign, so might just be a temporary blip, we'll see. But I'd say we're probably about halfway through the Kell campaign by now. I don't want to fish it all the way through till sort of December. I want to get on it and off it, and hopefully have the fish I'm after by then, which is the 30-pound common. But in the meantime, just, you know, every fish in here is special. This is not a runs water. This is almost not a commercial water. It's, you know, there's a limited stock, and every single one is a fish worth catching. So that's the plan anyway. I may come back. Oh look, here's a German.
Oh, it's wet out here.
It is. Do you want to come inside before you get more wet?
Oh, that'd be lovely. What have you brought?
An apple pie.
Gotta make yourself comfortable.
This German here, sitting beside me, is the world fan of apple pies.
Well,
how many have you gone through this session?
I've done 2.5 boxes so far.
So he's gone through 2.5 boxes and you still have a box and a half in the next 24 hours. I think that's unhealthy.
No, apple pies are really good for you. They're full of apple.
And sugar.
No, there's
and
no sugar.
pastry.
No sugar. Pastry's very thin.
Alright then. Okay, well,
I'm convinced they're healthy. And I've had lots of juice, that's healthy.
I think some Uncle Ben's rice is going to be far more healthy than that.
Sausage sandwiches are healthy. And bacon sandwiches.
Sausage bagels.
The ketchup's not healthy, that's full of sugar.
It's making me hungry now. Right, lunchtime. Right then, the rain stopped for now. It's forecast to come back. Don't know what the time is. You all know by now. So I thought I'd take you on a walk. Got my receiver, don't worry. To a bit of the lake you haven't actually seen before. Well, the only bit you haven't really seen is the camp. So basically, once you go past where the right hand rod had that fish, which is there, it sort of starts to narrow off here. And from here, just from thinking earlier, this is where I really think the fish are going to be at the moment. Because for once, I cannot see a single soul on the top down there, and in the bowl or anything. And mainly because, firstly, well, there's 2 reasons. Number one is that when the wind and the rain, I've been chatting with the beta fellas, when the wind and the rain comes, it knocks, because there's so many overhanging trees in this lake, it knocks bugs and other nice tasty things. We're getting some wind here, it's knocking rain on me. Other bugs and tasty bits off the trees, and there's no more sort of well, covered area than the canopy area down here. And the second one being also that the inlet is up there, which will be giving oxygen to the lake and churning up the bottom slightly, and it's finally started to flow over from the other 2 lakes. So yeah, it's not really shallow here, and it's real wild up here in terms of snags and bits of tree branch and everything. I mean, when the water's up, you wouldn't be able to see that. That'd be under 2-3 foot of water, and it's very easy to put your bait on that. So actually, this is real useful this time we got here. Anyway, I came over and stood here because I thought there might be a few fish. I'll take you further down in a minute, but I saw a big common just swim past me in the margins here upwards. So that just reaffirmed my view. I think that there's 1 swim there, 1 swim here, maybe at least one more, I think. See, around here, I mean, with the water this low, it's a real, like a little river, this part of the lake, but when it's up a bit, it's more fishable. And then start to see it goes up there as well, and down there into the lake. It's a bit of a shame, this lake, you can't actually see one end from the other. It'd be really nice to get a shot just so you can see how long it is, because you often don't notice it when you're looking from each end, because it always goes around the corner. Anyway, so try and get back up without falling in. Real slippy all this. Let's go further around here. There's at least, I think there's one more swim here. And that rhododendron bush tends to be a fairly solid swim, so I'm told. Right then, you'll notice that it is darker than it was when you last saw me. That's because both myself and Leo fell asleep at about 5:30, and I've only just woken up. It's about 7:30 and it's dark. So I guess the casts I did before bed are going to have to be good ones. So yeah, I'm going to get some sausages on. I'm going to have an early night, to be honest with you. Sausage bagel quickly. I can hear the camera doing its thing. It's so annoying. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get a sausage bagel on. And then I'm just going to go to sleep, to be honest. And I'll probably see you in the morning, or I'll see you with the fish. But yeah, I'm tired, so see you later. So right now we're getting some of the maddest thunder and lightning I've ever seen. There it was, wow, look at that. I mean, I've never seen it lightning this bright before. It just lights up the whole lake. Like, that wasn't even a particularly big one. The other minute there was one that I could actually see the far bank. There goes the thunder. I don't know if you're able to hear that through the rain. It was much louder than that about 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, you know, where you see the lightning and count how many seconds before the thunder, see how far away it is. I mean, it was right on top of us, and I think it's moved a couple of miles away now. But I mean, the thunder's still going. This thunder goes on for 30 seconds. And the lightning's incredible, but yeah. I'm inside, I'm happy, I'm warm. I've got my hot water bottle. I'm in a t-shirt right now. It's boiling, it's really summer thunderstorm weather. And I'm happy the lake's filling up and everything, and I've had a fish, so all in all, prime conditions for me to nod off to sleep. In fact, right now, I don't know if I'd be happy about one of those rods screaming off. It's wet as hell out there. Nah, of course I would. Anyway, it really is bedtime now. It's pretty, I don't know, 10 o'clock. Not really sure. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. Clues that it really is autumn after all, after that summery weather. There's leaves all over the lake. It's 7:30 or thereabouts, and it's not even fully light yet. My socks there. I'm not sure they're going to be much drier than they were yesterday after going in after that fish. It's just been rained on all night. So I think it's another day in the Crocs for me. I think we're going to do a slow pack down in the next few hours. It'll probably be rods out maybe 11:30ish. So I think by my calculations that's about 4 hours of fishing time left. Right then, the bedraggled and tired face you see before you is going home, which is nice. It's now Friday afternoon. No, Friday morning. What the hell am I talking about? Friday
morning, and we're off now. Rods are coming in the next hour. We're leaving the bivvy and the bed chairs here because we're back down on Monday, so 2 days rest and we're back down. I might be down Tuesday actually, I'm not sure, I might have a university meeting, but Leo's definitely going to be back down Monday. So yeah, leaving most of the stuff here, and hopefully keep going on this Kell Legends series. I'm really enjoying myself down here on Kell. It feels different to any campaign I've done before. It feels like, I don't know, instead of no rules. That doesn't really make any sense without context. Oh, there's a German.
Damn it, gave me away. I was trying to sneak up.
No, you didn't do very well.
No.
Anyway, I'll see you in a couple of days, I guess. And hopefully we'll have another 20 on the bank, or any kelfish. As I said before, any kelfish is worth catching. Anyway, see you in a couple of days.